Alright, so stay tuned. So I'm doing a simulcast. Unfortunately, I won't be answering your questions since I'm far away from you guys, right? I'm going to be looking up here as well, so I'm going to be paying attention to the content, but save your Q&A towards the end, okay? So the topic of discussion is overcoming your fears in real estate. Yeah! But know how it is when you get started, right? Uncharted territory. But here we go. Gotta do YouTube. Okay, now let's get started with YouTube. Hey, what's up guys? It's me, Juan Pablo from 100% Finance at 100percentfinance.com. Mr. Cashflow, Mr. Passive Income, the People's Mentor. I got what you need to succeed. Thank you guys so much for joining my channel. I greatly appreciate your viewership. Topic of discussion for today is top fears in real estate and how you can overcome them. Overcoming the top fears in real estate. I understand it can be scary. Why? You're starting something new. You're charting unfamiliar territory. So for some, that can be frightening. Right? I know it is. So I'm going to go over some of those fears and reservations you may have, and hopefully I'll be able to give some good rebuttals to help kind of relinquish that fear that you have. Alright? Let's dive into it. The first thing that I believe most people fear in regard to real estate investing, or business for that matter, is losing money. That can be a scary thing. Nobody wants to lose money. In fact, when I used to work for the government, we used to go to Atlantic City for our conferences. That's the government funds, right? Yeah, let's have a conference in Atlantic City. That's a great way to manage, you know, our government's dollars, right? So we would have these conferences in Atlantic City, and while we're there, I went to one of the casinos. I never gambled, never liked it because of this reason. The first time going to the casino, I came across the Russian roulette, and the gentleman taught me how to play the game. You know, you gotta get an odd number, even number, red number, black number. I said, okay, no problem. So the minimum bet was 20 bucks. So I said, okay, well, I'll put 20 bucks on a red odd. The ball bounced around, bounced on a black even. $20 was gone in about 20 seconds. So I said, you know what? I got to make my money back. Let me try this again. Because I ain't going to lose, right? And then I said, all right, I tried it again. I said, this time, let it be a black even. The ball bounced around, and you guessed it, it was a red odd. I lost $40 in less than 4 minutes. Yep. Getting a phone call while I do videos, man. It's just how it be, man. You know what I'm saying? Phone line be ringing because people want these services. All right, but stay tight, stay tuned. Okay? All right, so this is what happened. I lost 40 bucks in 4 minutes. So at that moment, I said, you know what? I don't like to gamble because I lost money quick. And some of you guys may be thinking the same way in regard to real estate investing. Real estate investing is a gamble. It's a roll of the dice. It's like shooting craps. You never know where the dice are going to land. Therefore, you might lose money. So you better be smart and prudent and not invest. But guess what, baby? Buy and hold strategy, that's buying the income producing asset, is not a gamble. Why? Because you're taking what's called calculated risk. You're analyzing the numbers, you're buying a property 100% occupied, so it's cash flowing, minimal repairs, cosmetic repairs, you know, paint the walls, clean the carpets, things like that. So the risk is minimal. It's calculated because you did the analysis. Not once, not twice, but 3 times. You perform proper due diligence. Therefore, it will reduce your chances of losing money. Don't treat real estate investing as a gamble. That's what flippers do. Not throwing any shade on flipping, but you never know if the market's going to go up or down, do you? You don't have a crystal ball. You can't forecast what's going to happen with the deal. But with buy and hold strategy, there is no gambling whatsoever. Alright? So hopefully, if you get the tutelage of how to properly buy and hold a property, then you won't have any fears of losing money. But I still implore you to take action. Don't be scared. Take action. And just keep this in mind too. Let's say you say, okay, Juan Pablo, I took the calculated risk. You know, I did my due diligence and so forth. Still lost money. Well, guess what? You can always make it back. Like Meek Mill said, scared money don't make no money. But guess what? If you ever go broke, you can make more money. That's what Juan Pablo said, the latter part. You can make it back. Money is replaceable, guys. Okay? You can always make it back. But if there's no risk involved, there's no reward involved. Keep that in mind. Second fear or reservation you may have is making money. You might say, what? Who in the world is scared of making money, Juan Pablo? You just put that on the board so you can have 10 reasons, didn't you? You just try to think of something you can pull out your... No. I actually thought about this list. It just happened to be 10, nice round number, thoroughly. Some people have reservations with making money. Why? The more money they make, the more people start coming up out of the woodworks. Yo, what's up, cuz? How you doing, bro? Let me borrow 20. Oh, well, I know you got it, bro. Let me get 100. Oh, you ain't keeping it real no more, bro. Oh, we've been friends and family for so long, and now that you came up on the come up, you don't want to give no more hands out. No, I'm trying to give a hand up. I want to bring you to my level. I want you to invest in real estate. I want you to be able to have income producing assets. I want, like, oh, wait, bro. Nah, bro. I ain't trying to learn this stuff. I just want some money, dog. Let me get some. That's how it is. Some people are like that. Family, friends, people who are close to you, once they see you start to increase in your success, oftentimes they may perceive you as a target. So many people are afraid or have reservations with making money because they don't want all that attention. Some people are introverts. Some people just don't want to have that social interaction with their loved one because it's difficult for them to say no to them. Even though they know that broke cousin Larry never pays any of his obligations, but broke cousin Larry is a smooth talker. And they know that if I get some money, he always going to come knocking down my door and I'm going to be giving him money at will. So people have these reservations. But this is what I was going to say. You do business the way that you want to do business. And if you don't want to do business with anyone that wants to do business with you, don't do business with them. So broke cousin Larry doesn't like to give you your money back. Now, we're not even talking about interest here. We're just talking about just repaying the principal. You do not have to give money to him. You're not obligated. If you're in the United States of America, you're in a free world, a free market, open economy. You can do any type of business dealings that you want to do, assuming they're legal, all right? And ethical. But you're not forced. No one's forcing your hand. So that could be the downside. The other downside of making a lot of money is what? The obvious. Paying taxes. People have these fears or reservations or ideas. Oh, if I continue to invest in real estate, oh my God, I'm going to have so much more income. Oh my God, I'm going to pay so much more in taxes. Oh my God, it's going to take me through the ringer. It's cool. I pay taxes too. Just to give you some insight into my business model, last year of 2016, I had to owe the government about $13,000 in taxes. It's not fun writing a check for $13,000 just to the government, but guess what? It felt good doing it. That means I got money in the bank that I can easily write a check for $13K just to pay for taxes. Right? That's just a sign that you are doing good business and you're making a profit. So there's nothing wrong with making money. Told you. I told you about it thoroughly. Next thing, take time away. If you're investing in real estate, many people have reservations or fears that if I invest in real estate, how will I have time for my other interests? I'm a family man. I'm a family woman. Or I'm a single mom. Or I participate a lot to my church, to my charity, to other organizations. They have to say, me too. I'm a member of NSA, Toastmasters, EO, and many other organizations in which I am an officer. I spend my time in it. Right? You might say, well, what about health? I'm healthy too. I work out every morning. This is the kicker though. It will not take time away from you if you're prudent where time management is concerned. You have to manage your activities effectively. Now, if you haven't mastered that, then yes, doing something new like real estate investing can take time away from other things. But as a real estate investor and business person, I had to learn those skill sets. It forced me to master my time. And it also forced me to say no to people. right? Because you might have family members and friends, colleagues and co-workers. They're like, yo, let's hang out. Let's go grab a drink. Let's socialize, which is fun, right? Life is good. You want to enjoy yourselves with others, enjoy others' companies, but it will force you to say no. Either, hey, I can't hang out tonight. I have to meet with my real estate agent. Hey, I can't kick it with you today and play volleyball because it's a beautiful day out because I have to go look at a deal. Or hey, I can hang out with you, but instead of an hour, I have 30 minutes. So that way you can move forward and analyze that deal that's on your laptop. Okay? It forces you to master your time. So this is actually a good thing. Don't think it's going to take time for family members and friends and other things that you love. It will force you to be prudent. Now, it may take away from your sleep, but who needs sleep anyway? If you haven't reached the financial pinnacle you've been aiming to reach, you have no right to be sleeping 8 hours a day. That's only for the people who met their financial goals. Alright? So don't be enjoying the luxuries of the rich. If you ain't rich yet, don't be sleeping until 8 o'clock. Now, better not catch you sleeping until 10 a.m. on Saturdays and Sundays. Alright? I'm serious. Stop being lazy. How can you ever expect to be wealthy and you're not prudent over where your time is concerned? Real talk. Ask me what time I woke up today. Alright? You're like, bro, why are you so serious now? Because it's hot in here. By shooting these videos, I don't got no AC on because it's so loud. I'm hot. So it got me annoyed. Alright, so that topic got me annoyed too. Next thing, mess up your credit. People have the misconception, the fears, the reservations that if I buy property over... Alright, so investing in real estate will not mess up your credit if you use it wisely. Now, if you use it haphazardly, like I have my business credit cards on me, right, my money team, business credit doesn't show up on your personal credit. I'm talking about the accounts, the lines. If you use personal credit, assuming these were personal credit cards, for real estate, then yes, that can mess up your credit. So you have to use it wisely, and we teach you how to use business credit, not personal credit cards for real estate investing. Okay, so don't use personal credit. That will mess up your credit, okay? Next thing, scams and ripoffs. That's a huge fear for me, Juan Pablo. That's the reason why I haven't done a deal yet. Because I'm afraid somebody might scam me out of my money. Even you, Juan Pablo, might be a scam artist. You might be sharing all these videos. You might have all these testimonies on your Facebook page, facebook.com/100%finance, or your YouTube channel because you host events and you record people who's live in your events and they give a testimony on the spot. Check out our YouTube channel in the playlist that says testimonies. But, I don't know, man, you could be a scam artist. We're no scam artists. Check the reviews. We're an online company, right? So if you search for us, search my name, search the company, and see if you see people who put negative remarks that says there's a ripoff or what. It's not. You're just using that as an excuse to get started, right? That's what excuses are. They mask your fears and your reservations. But let's say you're right. Not saying that you're right about us being a scam, but let's say there's other people out there who are scam artists, right? And you say, well, being that there's scammers out there and people trying to rip you off, it's better not to get started. No, it's better to try and fail than not try at all, correct? And if you do get ripped off, dust it off, get back up, learn from that mistake, and keep moving. So you might be thinking, okay, getting ripped off from gurus and financial services and so forth, because we offer financial services. And I am a quote-unquote guru. I have business credit cards, but it's no upfront fees. We do credit repair, and we give a guarantee that if you don't get results within 4 months, meaning your FICO score didn't improve, we didn't remove no negative item, we don't want your money. Just apply and learn more. It's free to apply. Who scams people by offering free applications? Like, come on. That's ludicrous, right? But outside of all that stuff, financial service guru type stuff, you might be thinking about other people in the industry. Like, oh, well, what about your contractor? I had a contractor scam me before. I was doing a hard money deal, full rehab. Everything from the roof to the basement needed redone. Okay? I was using hard money. Hard money is a lender, is a private lender that'll give you money to buy the beat up property, like a foreclosed home, or REO in this case, real estate owned property, meaning the bank owned it. See, I'm defining all this stuff for you, right? Just in case you don't know. And they'll give you money to buy this beat up asset, and as well as to give you the repair cost. I had to watch my language for a second, right? So they'll give you the total cost pretty much. And every market is different, so make sure you do your own analysis, your own due diligence, but generally speaking, they give you the money to get the asset. So once I did that, I hired a contractor. I'm away in New York. The property's in Pittsburgh. So the contractor will send me photos. Painted the wall, quote unquote, painted. And then I said, you know what, let me make a surprise visit to make sure my money's actually working. Make a surprise visit. Guess what? Nobody's here working. And it's a weekday. And then I looked around and the contractor painted 2 walls and then painted nothing else. He painted 2 walls and a few rooms, and I assume he painted the whole interior of the house. He ripped me off. But guess what? That same property, that's why you factor in reserves, people. That's why you have reserves in your business dealings. Just in case people do rip you off. Oops fun. Oops, this guy ripped me off. Oops, this young lady scammed me. Oops, it's cool. I have a cushion to soften the blow when I fall. A safety net, if you will. Even in that specific deal, I ended up pulling out $27,000 through a cash out refinance, but I only put up $6,000 at closing. So when you love to do real estate like that, you put in $6,000 total, which basically covered the closing costs, and I refinanced a year later and pulled out $27,000. Plus, I was cash flowing $600 a month in cash flow. And I say it was because I ended up selling it, flipping it 18 months later, and I pulled out another $11,000. That's what real estate does if you buy it right. It gives you a cushion to make mistakes. Okay? Next thing, run out of money or resources. Now that can be scary. And you might be scratching the back of your neck like me and rubbing like, oh, I don't know, Juan Pablo. That's the reason why I have reservations with investing in real estate. I don't want to run out of my money. Because if I pour, let's say you have $20,000 in savings, right? From your retirement account, that's everything to your name, 20K. And you pour all this into your first deal, then you say, hey, well, what about if my personal residence, but I realize, oh man, the sewer line broke, or there's a hole in the roof. Oh man, I have a huge medical emergency. My loved one needs my help financially. But all my money is in this real estate. What am I going to do? Again, a prudent real estate investor has reserves set aside for every deal. That's the #1 mistake I see beginner real estate investors make. They don't have adequate reserves, right? But I treat real estate as my bank account. I like to treat my real estate like the ATM. Shout out to 2 Chainz, and that's what I do. It gives me a monthly cash flow dividend, like an ATM, through rental income, right? And anytime I want to pull money out, I just do a refinance. And you can do it too. Sure, the liquidity might not be there. You might not be able to do a cash out refinance in 2 days when you need the money, but you can do it. Have a home equity line of credit on your personal residence, okay? So don't ever be afraid of that. Make sure you have reserves set up with every deal you do. And have personal reserves, at least 6 months for yourself, okay? We teach these things in our coaching program. Next thing, woo-wee, lawsuits, getting sued, right? Juan Pablo, have you been sued before? Maybe. I've been taken to court before. Did I win? Did I lose? It don't matter, I'm still here. People, we're in America, guys. We're in a litigious, you know the word I'm trying to say. People try to sue you and get tongue-tied, right? But it's fine. You got to have reserves in place. And as long as you buy things right. I'll share a testimony. One of the things I did by mistake, my first tenant, I just Googled, my first property was in Jersey City, so I just Googled New Jersey rental lease, found one online, had a tenant sign it, tenant didn't pay rent, months later, took the tenant to court, and the judge laughed at my lease. He said, what is this? You can't use this. This isn't proper language in the court. Throw this out. And I can't blame no one but me. Only because I didn't seek wise counsel. You should always have a team or a board of advisors to advise you. A mortgage broker, a real estate agent, and of course a real estate attorney and a CPA. Right? Because what about the money thing? You might say, oh well, what about you, Juan Pablo? If I had to pay $13,000 like you at the end of the year, I'll be crazy. Of course, you don't want to eat everything you get. You got to set money aside for unexpected expenses if you haven't caught that already. So with lawsuits, that's cool. Just make sure you have the right people in your corner. Next thing, bad tenants, toilets, and taxes. People think about the 3 T's all the time. Oh, tenants are bad, they don't pay, they wreck up your place, toilets break down, taxes go up, insurance goes up, so you make no money. As long as you follow the blueprint to a T, you will make a profit. You can cash flow. Real estate investing is simple, but not easy. It's simple, meaning step A do this, step B do this, but oftentimes, based upon your own frame of thinking, an employee mindset, you might say, oh, I'm going to do this. Or based upon your personality, oh, I'm nice and sweet, so I'm going to treat my tenants nice and sweet. No. You have to be, quote unquote, an a-hole in the beginning to let them know you mean business. It's that simple. And many people don't have the leadership skills, they don't know how to build teams, they don't know how to analyze deals. That's why you might want to join the coaching program to learn all that stuff. So make sure you know how to screen your tenants effectively, have the proper language in your contracts to make sure they pay. You can get them out if they don't. Make sure that you buy the property right, you do a property inspection, make sure those toilets are flushing, you know, and everything else is good to go before you close on the property. You don't understand how many times people reach out to me because I'm on YouTube and Facebook, all over the internet, email, and people say, hey, I got a property under contract, but the seller won't let me see it. Or hey, I just closed on the property and unfortunately there's a big gaping hole in the roof. What do? You bought the property wrong. Here's the principle I want you to learn. It's the financial freedom principle. Evaluate all consequences up front. That will save you a lot of trouble in the end. And taxes. Oh, when the taxes go up, they reassess the value. You can contest the taxes and make it lower. And don't you understand, when you buy a property, you always want to focus on how you can improve the value by lowering your expenses, baby. You might want to say, hey, I'm going to do energy efficient light bulbs, reduce the lighting bill if you pay for electric in the hallway, you know, house electricity. Or hey, you might want to do proper insulation if you pay for gas. Or hey, I'm going to do water conservation kits to reduce the water bill. There's ways you can reduce your expenses so that the taxes won't be a big problem. Number 9, failure. You may have reservations investing in real estate because of failure. And it could be anything. You might say, well, I'm scared to invest in real estate because of failure. No, you're just scared to invest in anything. You're scared to do business in anything because you're just scared, period. You're scared to fail. Why? Because you don't want to have to go to a loved one and have them say those jabs, these painful words of, I told you so. I told you not to put money in real estate. I told you not to take that risk. I told you you should have kept that in savings. So people are afraid of failure because of people bondage. If you're a person who's in people's bondage, how can you ever expect to be successful? Because you always got to check in with someone else. Be bold. Be independent. Have that confidence, not bravado. You can do it. As long as you have that support team and that knowledge, you can do it. As I stated earlier, you got to have the blueprint to follow, which we provide at 100percentfinance.com. But don't be afraid of failure because failure and losses is a part of winning. Right? Like the song goes, they don't like to see you winning. Sometimes they don't. But guess what? As long as you like to see yourself winning, you will win. But I tell you one thing, winners are not afraid of failing. They understand it's part of the game. Ask Golden State. They might have lost last year in basketball in the finals. Let's see if it's running. Okay. You might have always lived in not enough, and you just got to just enough, but to live in more than enough, to live in a world of abundance. That could be scary for some. Because they're thinking, if I become a millionaire, financially free, independent, that will ostracize me from my family and friends, right? And I've also heard, these are all figments of my imagination, by the way, but I've also heard that it's lonely at the top, and I won't have any friends, or I won't be able to relate to anybody. And I have to say, who the heck cares if that was true, right? Assuming your limited beliefs were true. But at the end of the day, they probably aren't. They probably love you more. And if you're in a point where you can be successful, you can help others around you become successful. Because your success, their mere association with you, will cause them to step their game up and become greater. Your successful attitude will spill over on them. So you owe it to your families and friends to become successful in real estate investing so that you can lead the way. Be a trailblazer, a pioneer. That's what I had to be in my family. So that way people can work with me and or work for me. so they can improve themselves, because I don't tolerate mediocrity. I don't. I demand greatness, right? And people have to step up to my level in order to associate with me, right? And you want to be that same way. So embrace success and see yourself as successful all day, every day, and you will be a successful real estate investor. And all those fears, all those reservations will be obliterated. Okay? Good. Alright guys, so hopefully you enjoyed this video. I'm Juan Pablo. As always, it's to your success. Earn passively, live passionately. If you found value in this video, please share. Don't just be a viewer, be a doer. Comment below and subscribe to our website. We have free tools at your disposal. 100percentfinance.com. Go 100pf.com. As always, your success, earn passively, live passionately. Blah, 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 blah. Take care. Peace. Thanks for watching the video. We appreciate your viewership. By the way, guys, make sure you subscribe to 100percentfinance.com. We have a plethora of tools that can help you succeed financially. We have a report on credit repair, 3 tips on how you can improve your FICO score. We also have a business credit ebook. We have a ton of real estate related documents, from deal analyzers to a mortgage calculator, a whole bunch of resources. You just have to subscribe. And one last thing, don't want to forget, we are offering free live webinars to answer your questions. This is only made available to our website subscribers. So you have to subscribe to 100percentfinance.com to receive the details as to the date, the time, and the call-in information for the webinars to answer your credit repair, business credit, or business funding needs, as well as your real estate related questions. Thank you guys again for watching, and subscribe.